Hopefully you all. And we'll try to keep a look at the chat. Feel free to throw any questions you might have in there. And
It's a little hard.
it is hard when you're presenting, but maybe at some point when Mindy's doing her wonderful thing, I might pop it open and throw her off a little bit, see if I can see what questions you guys might have. So Bob and Mindy, welcome to tonight's call. Welcome to PURVii tonight. Hopefully, if you're dialing in tonight, you came to find out about this company called PURVii, the products that we have, the people that are running the ship at PURVii, and really the culture and opportunity that exists to not only get healthy, but also to potentially get paid to get healthy and share that with your friends as well. There's a business opportunity. My lovely wife, Mindy, is here. She is our director of customer support oh, yeah, I forget we got a slide. Guys, yeah, that's awesome. So she's a director of customer support. She would be the one that would help you on your onboarding, any issues you have with getting your account set up, getting your initial ordered. I would jump in and help maybe make sure that product gets to you and some of the other operational things. But Mindy is perfect in this role. She is someone who has been in customer service and support for over 30 years. She also has, she's not shy about meeting new people. She's been on TV and currently on radio, was also
literally currently.
Yeah, like right now, the magic of radio. You taped it ahead of time, but you can always hear her in the Indianapolis market on Hank FM 97.1, and you can download the app, Hank FM 97.1, and listen to her elsewhere. So that's just a little fun fact that your director of customer support is also on the radio and was a Colts cheerleader and just a lot of different things that she does. But what she really does well is make sure that each and every one of you feel supported and welcomed and that you have all your questions answered. So thank you for that.
And as Bob mentioned, he's my husband, and he has actually been in the medical field in terms of pharmaceuticals and diagnostics for 30 some years.
Yeah.
And wanted to transfer into more of an all natural solution. He worked for Johnson & Johnson and then worked for Roche and retired from those roles to take over the chief operations officer role for here. And as you know, he's very similar to me. We are very outgoing people, and we are so thrilled to be a part of this organization. We were absolutely honored when our CEOs invited us to be so. They actually invited Bob first.
Yes. Let's learn about our CEOs. Here they are, Tony and Jenny Lusby. They're just amazing individuals. They've been successful in everything they've done in their life. And over the last 30 years, they've really focused on this business of home-based business network marketing, all of it primarily in the health field as well, which makes sense because Jenny was a registered nurse and she did that for 10 years before saying there's got to be a better way to not only provide for my family or be a contributor to my family, but also be able to enjoy my family, spend time with the family. And they have a large family combined together. And Tony has a lot of experience as well. He not grew up, but his work life was in the real estate industry.
Yeah, very entrepreneurial.
Yeah, very entrepreneurial and very successful. And Jenny convinced him to leave his job that he was very successful with in the real estate business and come full time into network marketing. And he did that. They still, though, scratch that itch with real estate. They can't stay settled in a place for more than 2 or 3 years. They get bored. He'll find a fixer upper and fix the bones and get it all good. And she'll put the lipstick on it.
There's a Midas touch for sure.
And somebody just out of the blue will walk up the porch and buy it from them for 3 times what they paid for it. And they'll go find another fixer upper. So, but they really are 100% focused on this company.
Well, and they're top earners in this industry. I mean, they've been, they have high 7-figure earners. Jenny has been since her very first year. She got involved in this industry, and that's what completely sold her. She wasn't even doing it for that reason. She was just trying to take over supplement her current income or just cover that amount. And it just took off from there. She started really understanding how this could benefit her and her family. Yeah, they really walk the walk. And Tony's got a brilliant mind around the compensation plans and how to make the business successful, but also find a way to share that wealth with those in
who want to be part of PURVii and who use and share the products, you basically get paid to share. The way we talk about, we all go out there and talk about things that we like, and why not get paid for it? And when you talk about your health and supplementation and nutritionals, there's really no difference there.
Yeah.
So PURVii, I will read the mission statement only because every word was chosen specifically, and I hate to shortchange and butcher it. So our mission here at PURVii is to offer hope and inspiration in every area of life, including optimal health, lifestyle, personal growth, purpose, and opportunity. We value faith, family, honesty, integrity, and living life to the fullest. If you come to any of our meetings, launch meeting, training meetings, it doesn't take you very long to see this mission play out because the people in this business are just absolutely amazing. And it's probably just as important as the products and the opportunity is the network of people that you get to be a part of here at PURVii. The other thing that is awesome and unique to us in this industry is we have, I think, the best CMO in the business, and Dr. Derek DeSilva. This man is brilliant. He's an internist, still today practicing at the JFK Medical Center, but 37 years in practice, and past president of the American Nutraceutical Association, recipient of the Alan Mintz Award, which really is the top of the award ladder that you can get, and that was in clinical age management medicine. He's formulated over 400 natural supplements. And I'm proud to say, I think the last 7 have been for us, right?
Yeah.
We're going to go over some of those supplements. So he is 100% working with us and continuing to take all of those years of learning and education and in-clinic experience and coming out with just breakthrough revolutionary supplements. And we have them here at PURVii, and we're going to get to share those with you.
And I love that he combines Eastern and Western medicine. I mean, that's really the direction that we need to be going. And so then that's where, I love that he's been forward thinking that all along.
Yeah. He's also an author and radio personality. So we got to get Mindy and him together on a podcast, and or give him a TV show. So today's top health problems, it doesn't take, you don't have to be a physician or someone, who's in the field with Dr. DeSilva to understand that there's a lot going on out there. All you have to do is look at your own family or your extended family or coworkers, and everyone knows somebody living with one of these conditions that you have on the screen. And these are the big 6. And so when the Lesbies got together with Dr. DeSilva and said, hey, what are we going to do to be different? What are we going to do to bring value, to make an impact in people's lives? They said, we need to focus on breakthrough one-of-a-kind supplements in these areas, right? In these conditions that are out there, because this is where people are struggling. This is where they need help. And what's cool is Mindy's going to take you through the products that we have, and we're going to come back to a very similar slide with the colors, and every supplement that she's going to talk about here over the next 10 minutes fit into one of these categories. So
the colors are intentional.
Yeah, we have come up with those products, and these aren't things you can find at a pharmacy. You can't find them on Amazon. You can only get them through PURVii, and you can only learn about them right through somebody who currently is in PURVii. So, and there's a lot of room and opportunity that I'll talk about at the very end for more people to come in and try these products, but also share the amazing products that we have.
So one of the first things that Dr. DeSilva found was that we found this app that was seen on CNN. It's been almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years this coming August. Transdermal optical imaging. This app is incredible in the fact that it's basically like taking a selfie, and in 30 seconds, it's going to give you 13 different measurements. And it's all from the light coming through, because we're able to see like the blood through your skin and the different levels of your health. It's amazing how it uses those lights to bounce that off. And it's 95% accurate. That's what's even more impressive. It's custom, proprietary. We own it. It's a screening tool. It is not a diagnostic tool, but it's a perfect way to kind of keep your numbers in check, to know, wait, this seems a little off. This is not normally where my blood pressure is, those kind of things. And you don't have to worry about, sticks and cuffs and anything like that.
Yep.
There's just strictly 30 seconds of looking at your phone. So here are what they measure: heart rate, respiratory rate, blood pressure, hypertension risk, fasting blood glucose, heart rate variability, stress index, cardiovascular disease risk, cardiac workload, diabetes risk, hypercholesterol risk, hypertriglyceride risk, and even body mass index. So all of those measurements from a 30-second look in your phone, literally the window to your health. And you get, we recommend doing 2 scans a day, and that just because you do different times a day, and just again, to keep an eye on what you're doing. And as we mentioned, these are the main areas that are affecting our health today. So on top of that, we wanted to devise products to then address those. So we see we have an issue on our app, then we need something to counter that. And that's where we came up with this line. So to quickly go through these. So this is the entire product line, and I'm going to go through these one by one individually. But as you can see, we cover the whole gamut. As I mentioned, it was the color coordinating. So it's like, the Pure Max, the Mood, the D3K2, the Flow, the Glucose, and the Probiotic. So let's go into each of those into detail. Now, as you saw, some of them look like they had like droppers. Those are the nanotechnology. And what nanotechnology is, it breaks it down into many microbes, little small particles, so that it absorbs better. So if you think about, if you ever used Zicam to spray under your tongue to get over a cold faster, that's the whole concept of this, because it's much more bioavailability. It's bilingual, so that it gets down into your system and bypasses your digestive system. So it's not getting broken down. You're actually getting more of that getting absorbed into the right places.
Yeah, and there's also people who can't swallow medication, or they're worried about drug, interactions or issues of multiple products metabolized in the gut at the same time.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about that with these products, or at least the ones that she'll show you that are liquid, like the glucose.
So the glucose is my personal favorite. So quickly go over what's in it. The whole concept of glucose is it's supporting healthy blood sugar. And it's got benfetamine that actually converts the body, turning the nutrients into energy. Bitter melon extract. This is used to serve like insulin. It has Genema silvestre, which is literally a shrub grown in India and Africa, and those have been used for thousands of years for blood sugar regulation, and chromium picolinate and cinnamon bark extract. All of these support weight management. They curb your appetite and your sugar cravings. And a lot of times when we eat, we get that crash. This, for at least personally, that has helped me. I used to have to take a nap after every time I eat. This has avoided that because it's keeping my blood sugar stable. And it's been fantastic in terms of weight management as well.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think the one thing a lot of folks don't know is what is their sort of normal level of insulin, that you have released and running through your body. And if you look at it, everyone sort of releases a different amount, right? Or uses their insulin a little bit differently. Obviously, those with diabetes have a problem, either using it or producing it. But in this product, what it does is it really does sort of maximize, right, the amount of insulin that you need. It helps maintain that healthy level of glucose, which then helps you have a healthy level of insulin. And what all the years that I was with Roche, it was 23 years I was with Roche, I was in diabetes care, and I really never understood the correlation between when your body releases insulin, it also stores fat. I understood, how weight management played out with diabetes and all that, but I didn't understand that one-to-one interaction between insulin being released and your body storing fat. So since people have different degrees of insulin that they release, or their body's using it differently, what I think we both lost weight with the glucose product just by taking it when we had carb heavy meals, or really with every meal. I think it's because when people get down to that, I got that last 10 or 15 pounds I need to lose. It's the reason they can't do it is because their body has this high level of insulin that is already sort of being released. And this product can start to get that in check and allow some of that weight loss to finally come off.
Yes. And it tastes delicious. So, okay, the Mood, this one is exactly what I'm saying. It's basically to improve your mood, and it helps support. We're all stressed. This helps you relax without giving you a groggy feeling. And so it has 3 mushrooms in it: reishi, lion's mane, and cordyceps. And also then it has GABA and L-theanine. The cordyceps is actually an adaptogen mushroom. So you could take this during the day, and that adaptogenic side benefit is that it knows that it's daytime. And then when you take it at night, it knows to put you in that deep sleep. So it literally gives you a calmness. And again, also very delicious. That was a great thing about these. They made them very yummy.
And there's more and more information coming out every day around the benefits of mushrooms.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of brain and Alzheimer's prevention from using mushrooms, as well as even weight loss with that too.
Yeah.
So then the flow, this one is actually, the whole point of this is to increase nitric oxide production. And what that means is to really open up those blood vessels and improve that blood flow. And that's supporting your cardiovascular health. And it has L-citrulline, L-arginine, or ornithine, which that helps with athletic performance, L-norvaline, and even beetroot extract. And beets contain nitrates, which then provide more oxygen, which then that also enhances your performance. Plus, it helps your brain activity as well. So you get more oxygen to the brain, more oxygen through your whole body.
Yeah, I struggle with high blood pressure. It runs in my family. This product has really helped get my blood pressure down as well. Because if you think about it, if it's relaxing, your arteries and vessels, then your blood can flow through with unrestricted, and therefore not causing your blood pressure to gain. Great pre-workout as well. She talked about performance.
Yeah,
a lot of people take this as a pre-workout.
Yeah, and they're finding that they're recovering faster as a result. And people, if you're like me and your hands and feet are cold all the time, this definitely helps with that as well.
Yep.
Now, this is the sunshine vitamin, which finally we've been having some sunshine around here in Indiana. But, as we know, in the winter months, it gets really, there's a seasonal depression is a real thing. And D3K2, that's literally what it's in it, D3 and K2. And a lot of folks don't realize when you take vitamin D, you have to have K2 with it so that it gets where it needs to go. You'll see folks just buying regular vitamin D3 off the shelf in a pill form. Again, not getting the benefit of the nanotechnology and that absorption, and again, not having the K2, it's not really getting the support in your body that it needs. So this is builds your immune system, supports cardiovascular health as well, strong bones, boosts your mood because everything with the sunshine, does, and your brain function, and that antioxidant protection as well.
Yeah, we've had quite a few testimonies come in to support on folks who went ahead and had them have their vitamin D levels checked during a normal, wellness visit, and went back again 6 months later and had it checked after being on D3K2, and every single person has seen an increase in their vitamin D levels. And there's, again, a ton of studies out there that show the importance of having a healthy vitamin D level. It should be something they test every time you go in for your labs. It's crazy that you have to request it, but very important to keep that vitamin D level
Well,
up.
Dr. De Silva himself has said 100% of his patients that suffered from either cancer or COVID have been vitamin D deficient, and our whole, there's not any way to get enough, and this is a way to support that.
Yeah, great, brother.
So now we're moving into our two capsules, the first of which being the probiotic, which Dr. De Silva is extremely passionate about because 70% of our immune cells are found in the gut. The gut and the brain coincide with a lot of different things, from mood to overall health. And he designed this specifically with a 2-piece capsule technology that is acid stable. And the reason that's important is it doesn't get broken down by those stomach acid. It makes it all the way to your intestines, and also then improves your mood. Because of that, you're not getting the IBS, the bloat, all that kind of stuff, and it helps boost your immune as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a messed up gut my whole life. I've lactose intolerant. I've got irritable bowel. I've got probably spastic colon as well. I mean, I struggle with everything. And I tell you what, since being on this product, since we've launched the product, I have not had any of the stomach issues that I've had that I just thought was just what I was going to have to live with for the rest of my life, let alone starting to slim me out and take away some of the bloating, which is amazing. This product and the one that we just talked about, the vitamin D3K2, Dr. De Silva, those are his main two recommendations. If nothing else, right, you get out of this. If you think you're healthy and you don't really need to do anything, if you're not on a probiotic and you're not taking D3, a D and K together, those two products you need to start right away. And I tell you, you can find these things on a pharmacy shelf, but you're going to get what you pay for, right? We get 70% of this product is made available after it's basically metabolized in your gut. It's 7% for an off the shelf probiotic. So yeah, we might be a few dollars more, but you're getting what you pay for. Same thing with the D3K2. So many of those, everything's capsule at the pharmacy, and none of that, hardly any of that is being broken down and utilized. Where again, going with the nanotechnology, you're automatically getting that product in your system.
Yeah, you want that good bacteria in there. And that's interesting. You just reminded me of a study I just saw that, everybody thinks that juicing is such a good thing. A study from Northwestern University just came out the other day that doing a 3-day juice cleanse is horrible for your gut. It actually increases the bad microbiomes in your stomach and gets rid of and reduces the good ones. So they're like, don't go that route. This is a way to, and this is something you would want to continue taking, forever, because you need to have that gut health.
Yep.
So, and then this is the one we just launched in October. Super excited. It's our Pure Max healthy weight management product. And it's the GLP-1 analog formulation without having an injection. And these are branded ingredients that have been combined to make those. We've got Glucovantage, which is dihydroberberine. You've probably heard about berberine being effective in helping weight loss, but a lot of times because that's what's in those types of injections. And that generally is what causes folks to have stomach issues or lethargy. So this is dihydroberberine. It doesn't affect the gut like that. And it's 5 times more bioavailable, and it absorbs twice as long. Promax, that manages your cravings and appetite and maintains lean muscle mass. Capsamax is doing red chili peppers. So, we all eat something spicy, kind of maybe feel a little sweaty, that revs up your metabolism. And then EGCG, that is green tea extract, which that has been proven to promote healthy metabolism too. All doctor formulated, safe and effective. Dr. DeSilva was adamant about this product, that it had to have these kind of studies behind these. And with all you've seen, every single one of our products have already been branded, and they've got multiple studies behind them. Some of them have been around for 15, 20 years.
Yeah, again, a ton of testimonies from folks who've been on the product within the company. We collect some of those. We're happy to share those with you. Anyone who invited you on the call would be happy to share that information with you, as well as all the successes from all the products that we've talked about. But this is our newest one. So
it's just one pill a day.
One pill a day, a glass of water, and you'll definitely notice the energy. You'll definitely notice the delay, your appetite suppression. We hear people are going longer between meals. There's a lot of success.
I eat as much. I'd eat me.
There's a lot of information out there on intermittent fasting. This could be looked at as an aid to allow you to go those longer times between meals.
The reduction in inflammation is one of the biggest, in addition to the energy, is one of the biggest things that Bob and I noticed too. I mean, just, I feel like a 20-year-old again, and I'm 54. so that's been the best part of this particular product.
And a side benefit too is anti-parasitic. I have no idea that 95% of the folks, living in the world, have a parasite of some sort.
Especially if you travel.
Living in you. And to know that the chili pepper, causes such a antagonistic environment in your gut that the parasites are like, I'm out, it's out. And that's a good thing too, right? You don't have to worry then. You can go have that, you can go travel and you can drink the water and have oysters on a half shell if you want, but take your pure
water.
Take your pure. So as I mentioned at the beginning, not only have Tony and Jenny created a company with amazing products, they've also designed it in a way where you can get paid to share. And this could look like someone who says, hey, I just want to make enough money to pay for my own products. It could be someone who says, hey, I want to have people pay for my products, but I also want to make some additional revenue. And there's some folks who this is their full-time job. And you go that route, right? And there's no other industry out there where you can basically be your own boss, work wherever you want, enjoy
Condensed
your
time,
family,
basically.
condense the time frame to make that kind of money. I mean, to know that Tony and Jenny, 3 times over were high 7-figure earners in this industry, right? You could never do that in a typical job, right? Unless you're a professional basketball player or football player. Or hit the lottery, you're going to have to work a lot longer and a lot harder to get that. And the way this business is designed, you could with hard work. That's why it's called network marketing. You got to put the work in.
Yes.
But with the right products and your right in the right attitude and approach to your business, you could do it. And there's so many of us here that would be happy to help you, as well as the person maybe who invited you to this call.
Well, and great tax advantages as well. There's so many, because with being a home-based business, there are so many advantages and that's something you could even talk with your accountant about, because there's like over 100, I think, of things that we were able to determine that we could we could write off because they're directly related to our business.
That alone, if you are not currently have a side gig, if you will, right, in a network marketing space where it's a 1099, right, you need to do it. One, because the products that you're buying to get yourself healthy, you could expense that off, right, as part of the company. You got to be a product of the product, right, to be able to talk about it. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you want to have products that you already love in your house, talking about them and getting a tax benefit, as well as potentially making some nice revenue as well?
Yeah, help offset that, W-2 income a little bit.
Yeah, it's not on here. We even have folks who have earned a Jeep by being in this company. You get to a certain level and you can actually get a Jeep. And we'll put the PURVii logo on the side of it, but who wouldn't want a free Jeep, right? So that's a lot of fun. So to be part of, to get wholesale pricing, to get the products at the cheapest price that you're going to want to get, you're going to want to be a partner. And with the partner, not only do you get the wholesale pricing, and you get this back office, you get your own website. I mean, Jenny and Tony have thought of everything, and they make it super simple for you to run a business. Just think if you had to go out there and start your own business, the kind of money you would have to spend, and it's all done for you here. All you really need to do is try the products, share what you love about the products, and share your website, let people order from you, and the rest basically happens on its own.
And the website's beautiful, and there's videos that Dr. DeSilva has done on each of the products. I mean, the marketing that Jenny has put together would cost, hundreds of thousands of dollars if you were starting your own business.
It really would. And again, it's tax deductible, right? This is your startup. This is your business startup cost right here. And these packages I'm going to share with you would allow you to have all of those things that we've talked about. Challenge pack, it's 3 months worth, 90-day supply of the Pure Max. Dr. DeSilva says you don't want to really start any new routine and not give it 90 days, especially one in the weight loss area, because it takes a little while for your body to adjust and for you to see the results. And obviously the weight didn't come on overnight, so it's not going to go off overnight. And 90 days seems to be the perfect way to do that. So what these bottles sell for, they're about $99 a bottle if you paid retail for them, and you're getting 3 of those for $239 with 6 ways to earn, the website, and all the support materials that we talked about. The wellness pack, this one's really exciting because as we went through the products, when Mindy did such a great job talking about, you're probably thinking, man, I could use that. Oh yeah, I could use some more energy. I could get to sleep better. I definitely would I work out. Why not get the blood flowing a little bit better? And why wouldn't I want to try to break down those carbs when I have a meal with the glucose and the probiotic, get my gut in check? So if you said yes to a few of those products along the way and said I could benefit from that, even if there's 1 or 2 that maybe you didn't feel like would fit into what you're doing, I guarantee a spouse or a friend or a family member would. And at this price, $259, which is only there till June 30th, you'd be crazy not to buy 1 of each and just to try the products, right? To be a product of the product.
$20 more than just having 3 bottles of Pure Max, and you get all this, and you get a free month of our app.
Yep.
So plus again, the website and the marketing and the earning 6 ways. So this is a amazing deal.
Yeah. We've not had this price this low for the whole package before. And this is every one of the products that we offer. Now, this is a bigger price point, right? It's $999, but it's the Founders Pack. Now, this is for folks who are probably thinking, I would like to do this as a business, right? I'd like to dabble with seeing if I could actually really make some income. And if you think about it, you're going to want to try the products yourself. So there's one of everything. So now you have two of everything left. And that's perfect because you probably have a spouse or a friend or a family member who needs some of the products. And that gives you another set of the products to actually use as your display, to take, with you and share with folks.
Ultimate retail.
I know a lot of people who have one of each product at home and one of each product at work, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these you can take, you take multiple times during the day, like the mood whenever you feel a little anxiety coming on.
I carry the glucose
Every meal, right? So it makes sense to have some of the product in more than one places as well. Now, what's great about this is you get everything that we talked about with the other two packs, but this one you have one additional way to get paid. So anyone who comes in on a founder pack, if they have qualified, and there's not a whole lot to the qualification part of it, certain levels, right, that you have to get to, having sold enough product and earned enough income, you'll get to a level in the organization where once a quarter, they will take all of the founders in the organization who were eligible and achieve that level within the organization, and they will pay out 1% of the earnings of the company to those founders. Those founders who qualified will split
of the entire company.
Split that 1%. Now, we couldn't have, unlimited founders because then it wouldn't make it worth it to you. We've capped this out at 1,000 founders, and we're about halfway there. We're not even 2 years as a company. We'll be celebrating our 2-year anniversary in July. And in that time, we have 500 or plus founders. We've got room for more. So if you're really interested in using the product and you think you've got folks that that would like some of the products, I would ask you to consider the Founders Pack, because when those 1,000 spots are gone, they're gone. We're not going to open those back up until we go to another country and go international, and it would just be for those other countries to allow them in. So give it some consideration, and again, you'll have plenty of product to share with family and friends and to sell. Think about too those folks that maybe you're on the call tonight, those folks who have maybe a chiropractic business, a med spa.
Yes.
I know a lot of beauticians and hair salon folks will have that, right there with their other hair products, and
Yes.
say, what are those products? And so think about, those folks. If that's not what you do, or that doesn't fit into your business, you probably know somebody who would be happy to display your products. And again, we could help you learn how to help them actually receive commissions for that. And while they're making commissions, you're making commissions.
Well, and with a situation like that, we even offer bulk pricing, so that those facilities can purchase 20 of a particular product and get them for like 50% off. So it's a major savings for them.
One more slide. I know we want to try to keep this at a half hour, and Mindy does a wonderful job. And this is definitely worth waiting for, because I think this is where Tony and Jenny hit it out of the park.
Yeah, this is when they said we were going to have a cause to go along with the company. It's just everything was just coming together, and there's this just put it over the edge for me. So we have partnered with an organization, and it's called PURVii's Operation Rescue. And if you've seen the movie Sound of Freedom, the quote, "God's children are not for sale." And this is basically an organization that helps reacclimate children that have been in sex trafficking, and provides them education and clothing and safety. And so this organization, we give 1% of every single sale goes directly to this cause. And I just, I think that in addition to the fact that we have such amazing products, amazing leadership, this just put icing on the cake.
Yep. So hopefully you found something that got you excited tonight. Maybe it was the products, or a few of the products. Maybe it was the company and the culture, and an example of that is the Operation Rescue. Whoever invited you, I would go back and let them know if you're interested, right? They'd help you understand how to become a partner within PURVii, and what the next steps would be to get some of those amazing products in your hands, and allow you to start your trial of those products. And if you love them, you're going to talk about them. Why not make some money doing it? And we offer all of that here at PURVii. So thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully at a future PURVii event. See you guys.
Thank you so much.